first game, giving us the best Dota that we've seen from them so far this tour. They're stepping it up this series.
No, yeah, for sure. They are stepping up a lot on 11Monkeyz, and I like the fact that they haven't changed too much in the draft-wise, because they played it so well that as long as you have, maybe you eke out, like, sure, they've swapped out a clock for a Dawnbreaker. In essence, the same style of hero, this counter-aggressive. No, I like the fact they've kept to their guns, and for team board, they have changed up from that previous game. They've made sure they have more damage. In this form, they've got the burst of a tiny morph in the a tiny comboing in the mid game. They've got the Jakiro and the Zeus, lots of magic damage. I think my one fear for them is simply you have not too great of a scaling mid now if you don't have a good game killing heroes, and your Bristleback is already countered through the Void Spirit with that direction of his Remnant, the break of the Hoodwink, and some Scardion Razor. So there is a timing where board needs to respect that their Bristle won't be this unkillable raid boss that will just kill everything, right? There is going to be that eventual time that Bristle will fall off, and if they can respect that, then sure, they can play around it and be super aggressive with their heroes that they've picked up this game.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Definitely the easiest game for Gorg on the Bristle. And yeah, those heroes in particular, especially Hoodwink. I feel if you look back at some of the other teams when they do draft that Bristle, they normally do it earlier or in a situation where they've always banned out that Hoodwink, because indeed that break, very, very easy to connect on the Bristle every single team fight. Might have to look out for some, sort of hot body blocks from Team Bold around that to make sure that Gorg doesn't get hit.
Oh, yeah, okay. Mary, quick D ward. We've been seeing this a lot. These Radiant mid laners that put their ward next to the small camp.
The small camp. Yeah, it's been happening a lot, T.
I don't like it, Owen. It really does. It's a bit. I understand that on the right side, they're going to check it with the tree line check, and they're going to throw their hero in and maybe do it. But again, I feel like nowadays the meta of blocking small is so prevalent that putting your observer inside the range of the sentry for the small camp, it does feel like a bit of a freebie. But anyways, it happens. Excalibur's going to have to play without a ward now.
Let's have a look at some of these lanes. So already top, Pablo and Zip Zapper grabbing the creeps around. Is this sort of understandable when you look at 11Monkeyz duo that they have up here? This isn't a lane that Team Bold necessarily want to play head-to-head on the early levels.
Yeah, not at all. No. You're a Zeus and a Brew against a Dawnbreaker Razor. Even though it's not a clock, the Dawn with the slows, the Razor just with level advantage now already being 2 in a minute, you don't really want to play these earlier lanes. But Mary's done a really good job here, playing inside the creep wave, pushing it out as well. Got 2 of the CS.
And Zizap should be able to hold this here for the next wave as well. Does mean he's going to take a fair bit of a punch from Mary.
Oh, cool. His courier there. This doesn't feel good though if you're Brew. The whole idea of this is you're meant to be denying multiple creep waves of XP, but the fact that Mary's here getting denies on his own creeps, and because it's a bigger wave, it's not just 1 for 1. Yours is actually pushing quicker, so you're kind of holding this for longer than you really want to. So yeah, not the most comfortable of wave skips. And Palantimos actually also pulled top lane into the small camp, so it's not as if there's going to be another wave coming towards Zip Zapper. Not the worst situation. A little bit funky, but still, XP being shared out quite nicely between everyone.
Oh, and then we'll get the courier. Able to catch that before Pablo was able to take it back down the lane in time.
I think overall, after all these little shenanigans, only about a 5-6 CS advantage if you combine all the heroes on this top lane towards the Dire.
And we'll see in this mid lane. I mean, last game, Stoikov, he had a pretty nice time on the Void Spirit. Do you sort of see him having the potential to pop off again this game? Is there much that's going to be an issue for him?
Again, there's no clean stuns for him, right? Outside of maybe the tiny jumping him with surprise and then a layered ice path on top, it is going to be a Void Spirit game where you pick up this Sanj Kai, maybe an Axe, and you're just running around killing everything. There's a lot of pressure on Excalibur to have a good laning phase to delay that timing, and Gorg getting a little bit pressured, but should be fine.
Yeah, was able to get into the shop, pick up the Ring of Health. It should be fairly okay now in the lane. And the farm, of course, has been great for him down there. 19 last hits, barely missing a CS.
Okay, he was trying to reset.
Was that an intentional deny, or did he just sort of make the creep damage there?
It felt like he was trying to deny, but also he giggled like he wasn't meant to deny. Like you could see on his face, there was a slight like, oh.
He was low on the mana, you know.
Yeah, honestly, I think it was fine.
It's fine.
Do with more of that.
Kind of need to watch out on back just to check. Was he trying to pull? I can't remember if the creeps are close enough or not, but still. Not often do you see the Beastmaster Hoodwink lane, because of course Beastmaster killing the tree that Hoodwink stunned on.
Pablo. He looks like he will get taken out here. Try to dodge it up, ends up being the first blood, of course, for Stoikov. So taking that as the mid, it's going to feel very nice for him.
And 4 minutes into the game, first blood. Of course, been able to pick up boots because of that. Top lane zip zapper.
Bottom. Gorg. Oh, I mean, they're getting very low on 11Monkeyz. Gorgie wants to step back up. He'll be able to get one. The Axis will catch him, though. BNC able to take the kill on Gorg in return. Of course, at the same time, up on the top lane, I also have Brew getting taken out. So 11Monkeyz kills on both of the side lanes there.
Yeah, Brew in top lane, trying to be a little bit more aggressive, trying to grab a creep wave, but in doing so, Dawn, from fighting in the mid lane, just pincered him in top, pressure and get the kills. Overall, big wins for 11Monkeyz. You kill the Bristle bot, the Brew top, your Hoodwink sure dies bottom, but it allows for that TP into mid to reset the mana of Void Spirit. Now level 6 might look to be aggressive. Okay, doesn't have perfect mana. 50 more mana, I'd argue he'd have gone for the kill there, but...
Yeah, for sure. Then he would have had enough for the 2 jumps and probably a remnant.
Exactly. And in doing so, now he just moves to bot, gets a bounty rune, and might even look to keep the fight going. I don't just return into mid. Yeah, so far, 11Monkeyz, super happy with the laning phase that they've had so far.
Yeah, the toughest lane for CS has definitely been the top for Zip Zapper. Having to try and farm the best he can against Palantinos' Razor is not easy.
And also, there's not really been any stacks made on board either. When you look at the lanes that they've had, they've needed the heroes locked inside the lane. The kill threat of the Dawn Razor doesn't allow the Zeus to move away. So it's not as if this Bristle is going to move from bot as top net worth into then even more farm.
She back over in the mid. Move to be made there towards Excalibur, but they couldn't quite get the kill. They can go for Bengen instead. Stoikov running them down. Continue to play aggressively. He's in with the Astral Step. They'll catch him with the Bushwhack.
Oh, Excalibur though.
Step back up. He's going to get pulled back by the Remnants. Surrounded by 3. Excalibur will go down. Trying to get back in on the action, but he had no business to be there.
Just a raindrop, just such an OP item, right? You've got the raindrop on the Hoodwink, raindrop on the Void Spirit, able to survive through some of this damage with the Tiny and the Zeus, and in doing so, posturing a bit more aggressively and going for these kills. Yeah, big wins across the entire map on 11Monkeyz. The one saving grace if you're bored is the fact that your Bristleback is doing pretty well on net worth. Pretty much uncontested. Beastmaster can't out the Bristleback.
Sure. But it is, as we said earlier, it's going to be that problem that they do have counters for the Bristle. It's not a simple game for Gorg.
Yes.
It's going to be hard.
Oh, Zip Zapper again in top lane. Going down to the aggression of the Razor and the Dawn.
We saw how much of a problem Palantimos was last game when he got out of control. He's having a similar good start here, second time round.
He's going to go probably for the same build as well. There's Tread, Sanj, and Kaya. No, Sanj and Yasha, sorry. Don't go for the Kaya, please. Don't grief the game. Sanj and Yasha, BKB, Skadi, and at that point, Bristleback as a hero, you naturally want to be in the middle of the fight spamming your cools. If you're just losing all the damage that you built up with Warpath, and you're getting Skadi'd hit procced as well, you're probably not going to want to be in the middle of that fight. So very much, Gorg needs to take this lead that he has and somehow get like that first Aegis with that goo spam. Maybe then look for the fight as well, but a little bit of an uphill battle now for team board. Blink Dagger is going to be the key timing for this Tiny. Oh, completed the treads on the 1, so he's miles away. 2,000 odd gold away from a Blink Dagger on Excalibur. Not going to be anytime soon.
Yeah, and until that is there, very hard for him to make
these
sort of moves. And off to the side, Mary just steps up and takes the kill.
It's a level 5 Dawn at 8 minutes.
So Excalibur dropped the combo. Will be enough damage from Bengen as well to take down Mary in return. So having to find something there back their way.
Just a level advantage on 11Monkeyz because of how well their side lanes went. It just opened up their supports to be a little bit more aggressive. And poor Bengen, this Jakiro, he's not really got a place to play now. Same with Pablo. Level 4 on the Jakiro, about to hit 5, level 3 on the Zeus. Yeah. They can't really rotate and kill anything. They can't really pressure any lane. The best thing they can do right now is make stacks and wait for this Tiny or the Brewmaster to dictate the early game for them. But good thing they have been making stacks though. Now got a triple or a quad stack on the Ancients.
Right, and that will be the timing for Gorg once he has the Aghanims on top of the Vanguard.
Is a great conductor.
That is definitely going to be when they'll feel that they have to really look to try and get something done with him. Mary trying to chase this, but Excalibur is here. Should be another dead Mary, and indeed it is. So once again, Excalibur going to help take him out in the river.
Oh, Razor.
Commitment with the primal split. I've got Pablo and Bengen chasing as well. They'll have the setup.
It's a very... Okay, it's a very dead Razor. I panicked for a second because they didn't hit the ice path, but no. Yeah, they got plenty of damage.
Yeah, big kills as well for Excalibur getting the both of those. That will speed up that Blink Dagger. 1200 in towards it now. They needed that team ball.
Important pickoff. Every time Brew has split, they need to kind of seek an engagement pre-BKB. They can remove the Razor from the fight, and then at that point just run head on and punish 11Monkeyz. No, again, still very difficult. They need to kind of slow down the game a little bit, get some XP on their supports. Tiny, kind of close to Blink now. I mentioned it was, you know, 200 gold 2 minutes ago. He's pumped out a pretty decent amount of gold in the last couple of minutes.
I'm going to try and hit maybe with a smoke. So you can... This is going to end up being the focus for this. They'll head towards the bottom lane. They might just look for an attempt on Gorg. They've hit the 6, of course, Nukamati, so they have that break mechanic.
And also they can roar into Remnant to turn him around to always have that face if they need after.
So try with the setup. They're also going to be bringing the Solar Guardian over. There's the break hit coming in. The damage, it's been done. They take him out. See if Excalibur can get anything in return. He's got the toss combo up onto Mary. So something in response there. Well, doesn't look like they're going to have quite the firepower Team Bold to go for anything more. And if anything,
they have to
run themselves because Palantimos, he's wrapped around down towards the bottom. Will catch out Pablo on the retreat. Oh, they can chase more. The Remnant, it will grab Bengen. They'll set up for a third. 11Monkeyz taking down 3 kills rather easily there. And indeed, pretty much textbook demonstration of the fact that they absolutely have the tools to take down this Bristle.
Yeah, also helps for 11Monkeyz. They make that play with 2, but they eventually then bring everyone in. Of course, Dawn ults, but Razor just slowly walks into the tail end of that fight, kind of pincering Team Board into some additional pickoffs. Now Gorg goes to the top side of the map. Happy that his team's been stacking. Keep an eye on his net worth, 5.3k now. Watch him farm some Ancients.
At the same time he clears this, Team Ball's going to try and look for a smoke play. Already, Zip Zapper, he was caught out there. Nakamati was able to find him and the ult was back up. So able to burst him before the split could come into play. Excalibur will clean up Nukamati on the retreat. See Pablo and Bengen try and chase down Mary. Good line up with the ice path for the Macropire. They should certainly have the damage for this one. They'll try and run with the pig paw, but again, Excalibur doing a great job of being the one to clean up the kills. So really boosting up his gold. The Blink Dagger's done, and he'll be able to start working on the Echo Saber. In this stage of the game, both him and Gorg, the top 2 net worth.
Yeah, the fact that you get this Aghanims on the Bristleback, you get Roshan, get a BKB, you can pretty much brush off the counterplays of 11Monkeyz until then Skadi comes out pretty much. So yeah, so far, even though the 11Monkeyz have a lead, they have a way to play into it for sure. Only one component away from the Axe now on Bristleback. And another smoke from Team Ball. They're just trying to break down this map. Non-stop find kills, not allow 11Monkeyz to play this kind of slow entry to the game that they did in the previous 2. Where they just hit their creeps and then rush over their opponent with this perfect timing. Boys, but somewhat walking into this. They walk different paths.
Excalibur, he's in with the setup. A quick and easy kill. Now unstoppable as the Tiny here. Excalibur, 6 kills. Really stepping up his impact after a bit of a slow start in the lane.
Yeah, perfectly using his Blink Dagger. Yeah. That's one big fear with Tiny and the Blink Dagger. If you don't have this momentum when you pick it up, you suddenly fall down that net worth. But no, he's done an incredible job finding the kills, finding the pickoff. Sure, it's only on supports, but kills are kills. Helps inflate your economy. Oh no.
Away by the setup from Nukamati. There's big damage with the break hit. It will try and run, and he gets taken out. See, Team Bolt still trying to push for the fight here with the primal split. The stun's there, out onto Stoikov, and the burst is out as well. They'll take out Stoikov, so a trade between the mids. See if either side can continue to go for more. Nukamati looks for the setup on Gorg, but won't quite be able to catch him now. Gorg, he's ready to run him down. He's straight in onto the front of the fight, takes out the Hoodwink. They will take him out in return, though. So Gorg commits in for the support kill, but it cost him his life.
I love these types of engagements. You know, Tiny gets picked off soon after a tower, but then you saw the value of the Macropyre and the Brew split, prevented 11Monkeyz because they don't have kind of just resources really to deal with it that early on. They respect it. It allows board to actually pack a punch in some of these earlier fights. Still, this is the close fights before 11Monkeyz hit their timing, and this is the timing that will feel better than what Team Ball can present, because you've got Sanj Kaya on Void Spirit, the BKB on the Razor. These are going to be the items that allow them just to cut through to their backlines and really punish them. All eyes on Excalibur on how he enters these fights and opens up the engagement. If he can blow up the Hood or the... Probably can't even kill the Dawn. It's literally, if you just find the Void or the Hoodwink at the start of the fight, that's where the rest of your team can just barrel on in. Yeah, BKB now complete on the Razor. Bag's complete on Gorg, so... Everyone can pack a punch now. It's now simply on initiation, who starts the fight and how they follow up and layer their spells.
$2K lead here for 11Monkeyz. Not quite as unstoppable as they were in game one. Very much more so a solid chance here for Team Bold to hold. Turn this lead around. All it takes is one fight. It's as close as this on the numbers. See Excalibur, he wants to go for that haste route. Won't be able to get it. Nukamati takes it now. Jump forward for Stoikov. Excalibur, he's getting very, very low. They'll take him out. Gorg, they'll charge down Stoikov, get the trade on to Void Spirit. Might be able to get Mary as well here. And Mary committed in with the Solar Guardian. They'll try for the TP out, but this huge amount of physical damage. Far too much for the Dawnbreaker to resist.
Good old Bristle back right, already hitting for 350 at 60 minutes into the game.
Yeah, Gorg's hitting his stride here.
Extra 240 damage from Warpath alone, yeah, it is. This is a beautiful hero. Oh, 1,500, what was it, 2,000 more gold pretty much over the Razor. The concerns that we had about the Razor into Bristle, this is the element in which Bristle can just excel. Yeah. The speed in which you farm, the stacks that you've had, the fact that you utilize Ancients are much better. They need to continue riding this wave of Bristle being so potent in the fight. And if you love Monkeys, you just need to be careful, right? When you go for these quick kills, you have to respect the fact that Tiny and Brewmaster are some of the best heroes at counterplaying you after your initiation. Sure, you kill off the Tiny, but he's tanky enough to kite them into a position that Team Ball can collapse. And it's kind of like both lineups have the same thing, right? If you go for a kill on 11Monkeyz, it's going to be a Dawn or a Raw. Like, they have so many ways to play into each other.
Yeah, honestly, I feel for Team Bold in these fights, as long as somebody can sort of tank those spells that do cause issues for the Bristleback, Gorg's going to be able to clean up.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If someone steps in the way of the break from the Hoodwink, catches the Remnant before Gorg gets turned around, this Bristol's, with this sort of farm, has a very high chance of just cleaning up the team fights.
Yeah, and they're doing exactly that, right? They get some pickups, they force Roshan, 11Monkeyz are getting pressured into fighting here. But Bold, they have everything ready. They have the split if needed. They don't have the best vision though. Dai does have vision around the Roshan.
So we can get here, Excalibur. The jump, Palantimos was able to BKB in time, but he is very, very low. We'll see the heal come over the Solar Guardian, but no, it's put to a stop. See them hold in position, Gorg, as Gorg will just run down Mary, a couple more hits, and that's the Dawnbreaker gone. They can look for more now, Gorg. The ult's already used, there's not a lot to contain this Bristleback. TP away BNC, but no, the Ice Path. There in time. Team Bold, they'll take down a third. And with that, should give them the space. Get back in the Roshan and finish this off for themselves. Here's what you want to say. They do have Stoikov at the edge.
He's got one jump.
Could look for a steal, but it's going to be hard. The ice path's already down, and indeed he's not going to risk it. Team Ball get the Roshan and get the Aegis onto Gorg.
He didn't want to make the jump because of the ice path. If he jumped in, just instantly it's clipped by that, he would get 100-0. But once again, Roshan, really nice from Ball to force it. And yeah, just instant stun onto the Razor as he walks into the river, the ice path, layered into Tiny on top. You put the Razor at 20% HP, there's no way you can really take that fight. It was saved a little bit from the Solar Guardian, but at the end of the day, when your carry isn't able to enter, you can't contest Roshan. Ball pressure it quite nicely.
See Gorg. Gonna get his BKB done next. I mean, honestly, with that, it really does feel like their sort of ways of bringing down this Bristle are definitely going to be numbered.
Yeah, for sure are dwindling. He picks up the BKB. After that, it'll potentially be Basher or AC type of vibe, and yeah, just continue scaling with his team. But I'd like to think that Board will be a little bit more aggressive, start crossing the river, trying to take the fight a bit more.
Yeah,
they want like the messiest fights possible, right?
With this Aegis on Gorg, they should feel like they can just sort of try and push for these objectives.
They also
really
need to
force
be
the fight.
Very respectful. We've seen it in the previous game where they start winning some fights and then they just run in without that perfect initiation. Like if you're bored, Tiny has to be the hero to put a core at half HP or delete the hoodwink to allow everyone else to take the fight. If they're not having that type of initiation, it might be a little bit troublesome where you got the roars, the links and stuff from 11Monkeyz.
See Pablo. He's being eyed up on the top lane. Stoikov. Try and chase, but won't get the connection there with his second round of spells, and indeed he's got to get out, Stoikov. Well, his last few spells not quite landing. He can't take the kill anymore.
Good old Zeus nowadays, right? The jump, then the force stuff as well.
Yeah,
he's not being greedy.
He's a tricky one to catch.
It's so annoying to catch him. That is one of the nicer things against Void Spray as a support. If you're able to get a force stuff early enough, you're always able to cut out from one of his spells.
There we go. Here's the push from Team Bolt. 2 towers should be in trouble into the trees. Excalibur's going to hunt, and he finds Mary. Straight away, Mary's been found, taken down. This will be the tier 2 off the map. 11Monkeyz not able to set up anything to do in return. They'll look for pressure on the other side.
They took a tier 2 and a tier 1 in the time that Board was able to take 1 tower. And that's why you see the net worth still somewhat leading towards 11Monkeyz, be it 3k. Nice smoke from Board though. Should be able to find at least one hero here.
Let's start things with a Primal Split. Over to the side, the Raw. It's locked down Bengen. Shakira's out of the fight. Same to be said for Pablo. Both supports have been found. Excalibur's still going to try and get the jump in. Looks towards BNC. Gorg temporarily pulled to the side by the Remnant. But he's back to business as he runs down the Beastmaster, takes him out. Also be able to clean up his army as well. Extra bonus gold there for Gorg. Stoikov, much harder of a target to find, especially with his shard done. Have to assimilate. He's out and fine. They'll lose a couple of supports themselves, but again, Gorg getting the kills, getting the money. And mid lane, Zip Zapper. Yeah, he'll have to take the walk out there. As Stoikov does threaten to catch him mid TP.
Honestly, I expected it to go a little bit better for Board. You know, you have the Aegis, you have the element of surprise on your side, but unable to get that clean jump, and that will be the potential undoing of Board in the aggression that they're being able to present right now. If Tiny can't enter, that's when 11Monkeyz will be able to at least rebuttal in some of these fights. Yeah, BKB complete on Gorg, 50 seconds left on the Aegis. Don't want to really jump the Stormbreaker. A little bit too tanky with the Glimmer Cape. And Void Spirit as well. Oh, very close to the Ice Path.
Oh, Excalibur. Nearly catching him there. And in fact, that top spot, they're going to continue to try and chase Stoikov. It's pretty deep here up into the triangle.
Oh, BNC, no.
He's looking very dead here with Gorg on top of him. A few right clicks from the Bristol. Should put BNC down.
Zips up is still chasing with his... Okay, doesn't connect.
Again, that's the second time again the Helm of the Overlord creeps. It's a lot of extra money for Gorg. keeping him well and truly at the top of the net worth this game.
Oh, he's farming even more Ancient.
And nice little double stack.
But this is one of those things where, like, if you compare the Razor and the Bristleback and how they found their farm, it's just the Bristle was just night and day more on the Ancients. Look at that. Yep, night and day, 300 gold. That's so much money. Okay, maybe not as big as I thought it'd be, honestly. I thought it'd be a little bit more, but still. So where is the disparity coming from? That's kind of
100 gold there. There's 400.
It's just a smidge here and there. It's just like a little bit everywhere.
They were like, oops. This doesn't match with the actual net worth.
My bad.
It was all good. It was all good. It was perfectly fine stats. I'm sure our match was just completely off.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2,000 gold we're finding here, so.
Here we go.
It's killing the Razor. This will be where it comes from.
Let's have a look. See what he can get out of this. 11Monkeyz, they're just having a run here from Gorg. There's a Thunder God's Wrath here to keep that vision on Mary. They'll turn to BNC in the mid lane instead. Got the Solar Guardian heal coming in, but it's not enough to save him.
Oh, it's a big bushwhack.
It is a big format, but still Gorg. He's tempted to dive. Honestly, a little disappointed that he didn't. He could get away with it. He can get in there. But he's playing smart. He's playing safe. No diving is going to happen today, or at least not yet.
Again, everything we've described about killing this Bristol, it still stands true. Like, if Gorg walks up to the high ground, into a Remnant, Roar, and a Link, he's going to die. Like, board, they have really nice kite and fight and damage, but they don't have saves built into their lineup right now, outside of maybe Tiny Toss and a Blink Dagger. So that's why you see this Bristleback, even though he has this very nice lead, just very much respecting. 1 death, 2 deaths, just going to die. Going to turn it around.
And are we going to see from Excalibur or Gorg, an MKB or something because of this butterfly on the Razor? Like, how do you really look to deal with the evasion that Palantimos is going to have?
It's one of the downsides of Bristleback. I don't think
you don't really want to get it right. It's an awkward item to buy on that sort of hero.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, you see BNC very close to surviving there with the hill, but the tick on the Macropire lasting a little bit longer. Yeah, and Gorg's oh no, don't do it. Oh, just another day in the office, said Gorg. Yeah.
Oh, what a yawn! A hefty yawn right there. I told you, I was waking up last game, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Saw some plays all over the place. It's waking up at this gamer hours here. What time is it? Is it 7:30?
Oh god, it's 7:30.
7:30.
Oof. Days just go past so quickly, honestly.
Other monkeys, they're looking with the smoke. Doesn't look like they'll find much. I mean, they might get Pablo.
Little old Pablo. Farewell, sweet prince.
Obviously not. Saw the kill that was the top of the list that 11Monkeyz would have been happy to take.
Going back to your point about the butterfly, though, I feel like modern-day Bristlebacks, being these right-clickers and not playing on spell lifesteal quills, I wouldn't be surprised if a MKB didn't look unnatural.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing.
MKB, Abyssal, Satanic, rounding out your items, like, it doesn't look too bad, to be honest.
How much sort of survivability is this butterfly going to give Palantimos? Like, is he going to turn up to these fights now and the evasion will kind of, will make it look like it is very difficult to kill him? Or do you think they still sort of have the overwhelming damage that even if a few of the right clicks are missing, the Razor will still die pretty easily? Like, how indestructible is he with this?
I think he will be pretty indestructible in regards to tanking up that initial combination, right? When the Tiny jumps him, he's not going to take the additional 2-3 hits from the tree, right? He's going to be able to then also not tank that extra right click. So I feel like he will be quite tanky, still easily can go down. And also I think the main argument is more, how effective can this brew be? Can the brew find these moments where you cyclone the Razor pre-BKB and then it doesn't matter what items he's got, you're just running for everyone else? Because if Razor has been dealt with and or kited, 11Monkeyz, they're kind of on retreat a little bit.
For sure, because everybody else is going to die to the Bristol. Sure, Stoikov has the ability, the mobility to jump around and keep a good distance, but everybody else very likely to die at this stage, especially with the AC done and everything, very, very quickly to the chase down a team bowl.
Oh, the speed in which Pablo kited out there. They're doing Roshan here, but Pablo nearly got jumped by the Void Spirit, 4-stuffed away. Hoodwink also used ultimate. 11Monkeyz are aware of this Roshan. They had a Hawk in the pit, but after not killing off the Zeus, all right, Palantimos. It's going to be a little bit too late.
Oh! Excalibur's going to start things off onto him. Jumps him straight away. The Solar Guardian will come in. Excalibur backs off with the BKB. Mary almost certainly left for dead here, as they will have been able to at least bail out Palantimos there with that move. See if they can find anything more. Stoikov able to actually get back in on the back lines and take down Pablo. So they will still get something in return, but overall, of course, Team Bold hitting that next objective, having the Aegis on Gorg once again. They'll be very soon ready to try and push for some high ground.
Yeah, Team Bold just going to be thanking Pablo a lot for that one. 11Monkeyz, they wanted to contest, but he tanks up the smoke, he survives, kites it out a little bit longer. And once again, we're seeing the tiny jump onto Razor, not getting BKB off, getting put to half HP. Not able to enter the fight. I guess we've got to mention, sure, you have the butterfly, but the Zeus damage on top, you can never re-itemize for that unless you're not BK.
Top.
Tiny, he's just dead.
Excalibur's dead. He's gone, he's out of the push.
Oh, alright. That happens, I guess.
Yeah, I think just
good old high ground, yeah.
Died way quicker there than he himself expected. As, that will certainly mean that they'll back off for a minute or so. They're not going to want to push Team Bold whilst Excalibur's down. And as it is as well, you know, Gorg could do with refreshing some of the mana in preparation for the next push.
I'm looking forward to seeing where Gorg goes with his build, though.
Yeah,
I think it might be the Abyssal.
Thanks.
Well,
I think so.
The last couple of fights have demonstrated that this Razor, even though he's tanky in these more drawn-out fights, if he gets double jump, no BKB, Zeus ult on top,
he should still die, right? They're going to get the HP low enough that even if a few right clicks are missing, Palantimos is going to struggle to survive through that entire combo.
I think the main thing is, if Razor's able to enter the fight on his own accord, he'll happily be tanky enough to take the fight. But if he's getting surprised, then he's already he doesn't have the resources to continue a fight. And that's where Bristleback is one of the best heroes in the game at fight non-stop. If you're low, keep going. Like you have just relentless aggression. And that's why it's all eyes on Excalibur to find these initiations. And he's been doing a pretty good job at it. Even if he's been dying a couple times in the last 5 or so minutes, he's at least been opening up the fights for the rest of his team to excel.
It looks like they'll try and set up for another attempt at the high ground here. Team Bold bringing around the top lane.
Yeah, 11Monkeyz, they want none of that right now. Look at their positioning. Pushing out mid, you got Mary about to skip this top wave. Stoikov already bot. Like every lane basically is getting pushed out. Team Bold have a single wave to play with, and they have fortification 11Monkeyz, so they need to make it worth it. But Gorg, he's hitting for too much damage.
Yeah, him and Excalibur take down these buildings pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Fortifications used here, and the TP's now starting to come in from 11Monkeyz, but looking to be unlikely that they can protect this top set of racks. Score. Finish up the melee, finish up the range. Now maybe see if they can try and push it for more here. Still got a minute and 40 seconds left on the Aegis. You saw how quickly they take down these racks.
God, it's so quick. Tiny and Bristleback. In bot lane, Beastmaster's trying to do a little bit of the kite, the rat, sorry.
With the Remnant drag back. Backdoor protection has kicked back in, but if the two of them are able to right-click, they should be able to kick through this. The static link, though, is stealing a hell of a lot of damage from Gorg. And that's going to be Gorg down the once. So they can set up for a second time. They've got the back here with the Remnant. Excalibur's going to look for the jump in straight towards Palantimos, and Palantimos able to get the BKB off. And Gorg, he's in trouble. The stun comes in. They take him down. They're going to be able to catch Simsapper as well, who steps up to the front there.
They got stunned.
Didn't get a chance to get the split off. Excalibur gets caught in the stun. 11Monkeyz, they'll pull together the defense. They'll keep that mid-melee racks alive. Of course, whilst that was happening, bottom lane, BNC, he was able to push it round and take down a full set of racks in return from Team Bold.
Yeah, backdoor being the MVP there for 11Monkeyz. They keep that melee one alive, but still overstaying their welcome on board a bit. Not respecting the amount of damage they have and not being able to get BKB off post-Aegis.
I think Palantimos really is going to be an issue. He's very, very farmed. He's got the full Satanic coming out. We're seeing already how much of a struggle it is to take him out with the Butterfly alone. With the Satanic on top of it, even if they do get that burst at the start, he will be able to press BKB, he will be able to press Satanic, he'll be back up to full HP, and I don't know if you're getting through that HP again with the heroes and the tools that they have on Team Bold.
They're going to try and force out as many buybacks as possible. Both Tiny and Bristle have it, but Team Bold just throwing bodies in just to try and keep those buybacks alive.
Yeah, they don't want to use on Excalibur or Gorg. That'd be incredibly costly if they get pressured to do so. They should be able to hold them off alone though with the 3 and protect those buyback usages.
Ooh, we're getting to a spicy part of the game. This entire time.
This is a game that very well could go either way. It really depends on, you know, sort of as you're looking at it, you know, if you feel that this Razor is just going to be unstoppable and able to take it all, or if Team Bold are able to get some sort of item to help deal with, or you know, allow them to actually kill him, because it really does feel, especially off the back of that defense, I don't know if they can. I don't know if they can kill this Razor.
Yeah, now with the Satanic as well.
It's so big.
They got the Titan Sliver. It's really difficult.
They've got to, they've got to catch him alone.
Yep.
They have to throw everything on him.
No, I think the hidden MVP of this game so far has been Stoikov and his voice for it. Not been too crazy in the fights and whatnot, but just the way in which he's been playing around the map, always skipping out. He held a lot of gold because he might have gone Boots of Travel, might have gone Ags. He's kept himself in the game in net worth, and a lot of voice players in this type of game, under the aggression of board, would just fall victim to, I gotta join the fight, I gotta go, and he could be 12, 13k net worth, but no, he's done a really good job at just keeping it up, and the fact that all 3 cores on 11Monkeyz have net worth compared to, let's say, this Brewmaster, it does put that comeback potential, that high ground defense. They're very formidable.
I think they're feeling in quite a comfortable position
now.
They're
smoking up.
9k up. No, the only difference in base being a range racks and a tier 3. You know, as it comes down to the one-slip match, the melee racks on the side, they've got that even. So 11Monkeyz, knowing their strength, they're ready to head out with a smoke. Looks to see if they can get a pick off.
Gorg's all by himself here in the top lane, but his team is somewhat behind him.
They're going to start the jump. Stoikov. In with the back lines, the ice path does catch him. Gorg turns over towards him, and you see the ultimate from Hoodwink ends up missing, so Gorg's going to be fine. But the BKB turns to take down BNC. See Team Bold, they'll want to try and catch more out of this. Mary will up for the TP out, but the ice path will clip him. A couple of kills out of this one for Team Bold. 11Monkeyz, they tried to get out and make a play, but Team Bold, they were absolutely prepared.
At this state of the game, jumping the bristle is kind of difficult. You don't have that instant lockdown like a DK stun or something. So unless you clip him with a quick bushwhack, you kind of need to go for the person behind and then wait for that BKB to time out. I mean, as you see here, right? They see the bristle back.
You know, Stoikov's trying to go for the back lines, but no one else can quite get there with him.
Yeah, and he misses the Remnant on the Brewmaster. If he hit the Brewmaster, then maybe there'd been another stun kill. But because you get the split off, he clips him on the ice path. Dawn jumps in. There's no real positioning now for 11Monkeyz. They just got to run away as quick as possible. We didn't get to see Razor even enter that fight.
And here we go back down the mid.
It's a free rack.
They'll be able to finish it off. Of course, bottom lane, still a tier 1 and a tier 2 standing, so a lot to push through before Team Bold's able to get close towards the Megas. But 2 full sets of racks now taken away from 11Monkeyz, and that sort of lead that 11Monkeyz have managed to build off after that last defense starts to slip back away from them.
Oh, it's such a back and forth game. Like 11Monkeyz, they have the advantage in kind of bigger team fights under their own kind of initiation. But in the sloppier, messier fights where Bold doesn't get caught off by surprise, the Brewmaster, the Tiny, the Bristle, they get to just run throughout the fight and do whatever they want, ignoring this Razor. And 11Monkeyz, if they don't respect that, every time Bold gets to their base, they're going to lose a building. It's simple as that. Tiny and Bristle, they eat through your objectives. I think you shouldn't be too disheartened if you're 11Monkeyz, but just respect the fact that if you take a fight, you need to execute it. Because if you mess up, it's going to feel 100 times worse. And Roshan, probably going to be the biggest fight of the game now. 1 minute 40 until it respawns. We haven't seen 11Monkeyz actually contest it too much throughout this entire game. Team Bold have been very on point at taking it swiftly away from them.
And they're heading out 11Monkeyz knowing that there was a chance Roche would be up around this point. They don't want to give Team Bold the freedom to be able to step in as they wish. See, the creeps causing a little bit of an issue in Team Bold's base. Tier 4 towers are taking damage. We'll see how Team Bold plans to deal with this. And continued pressure could just set them up 11Monkeyz for a free tier 4 tower in a few more waves.
I mean, at this point, maybe Beastmaster could even send down his summon, send down an ancient creep down there.
Yeah, you imagine there's going to be the temptation. He worked on that last time, BNC. They're going for a big wraparound here. Gorg, they're going to start things off onto him with the link. Going to try and get himself away from Palantimos. Will finally be able to break it. Turns over towards Stoikov. He's in with the bash. Combo there from Excalibur. They'll blow Stoikov up. They
Both
take
have
it
buyback.
out. Mary leads him with the star breaker. And he'll be able to pick off Pablo to the side, but both supports the Team Bold coming in with the buybacks. As you can see, Gorg barely taking a scratch in this fight. Attempted TP out with the bash. Coming through on the first hit there from Gorg. Gets him the triple. They've committed him with the buybacks as well here, 11Monkeyz, but hard to really see any sort of fight that they can actually get back in on. Palantimos having to use the BKB to run, but Gorg, he's going to be ready to try and chase this. Palantimos turn with the Link and the Satanic, he'll back up. He's still a very hard target for Team Bold to kill. Mary, on the other hand, not quite as much, as they'll surround the Dawnbreaker. They're backing onto Palantimos.
Look at the damage.
Now they've got him. Isolated away from any sort of backup. He's going to buy back, though. 11Monkeyz, they are committed into trying to make this fight work, as a big buyback is spent up by Palantimos. TP over towards the outpost, but Mary, that's a dieback from them. Excalibur's already in onto Stoikov. They bought back for this fight, 11Monkeyz. This could be disastrous if they don't get themselves away.
They have to run. They just don't have the control or lockdown. Zip Zapper just destroyed this fight beautifully. He cycloned up the Razor multiple times at the start of that fight, and he never got into it. He started it by linking the Bristleback, and then it just AFK because his Brewmaster just kept him away the entire time.
I mean, a huge fight for Team Bold, which it definitely felt for the second part of it was sort of handed to them. 11Monkeyz, it really did feel like a lot of these buybacks were being used in a situation where it was very hard to see the buybacks being able to have any sort of impact or change in the result of the team fight after a certain point.
Yeah, for 11Monkeyz, though, that previous engagement, they just didn't have the setup to be able to take the fight. Like, if they're able to connect the Beastmaster and the Razor, the Voice on a single hero, they're able to quickly kill him off. But they've yet to find that synergy of all cores collapsing in on that single hero. Meanwhile, Team Bold, every time Tiny's tossing a hero, Bristle's instantly on top, clubbing them down. But yeah, just Team Bold just playing these later fights was a little bit cleaner, and yeah, nice comeback from what could have been a disastrous throw as they got killed off in that mid-rack siege.
No, a scary
minutes earlier.
Point of the game now for 11Monkeyz. You know, they're playing into a Team Bold lineup. Now, Team Bold, their cores, none of their buybacks are, well, okay, 20 seconds or so, but other than that, it's gold. You know, I highly likely the Team Bold's going to have their buybacks on their cores ready for the next fight. Whereas, of course, for 11Monkeyz, Palantimos and Stoikov, 5 minutes, 6 minutes on those buybacks. So if either of them go down, it very well just could be game over for 11Monkeyz. They've got to be careful in this 5-minute window.
Yeah, I think for 11Monkeyz as well, they might be kicking themselves because they had a couple options at this Roshan fight. They could have had the Beastmaster of the Summon going in for the tier 4's bottom. They could have even all smoked to the bottom side of the map, trying to hit the tier 4s to bait Team Bold to go, do we go Roshan, do we defend our base? And in doing so, having that kind of split team position, then they could have made a play from there. But yeah, just running head on, unfortunately didn't work out for them. And now Bold have cleared through these bottom 2 towers. And as soon as they get to this tier 3, it's going to be deleted quite quickly if they want to go for it. Big wraparound, though, from 11Monkeyz.
Absolutely. We've seen how quickly Excalibur and Gorg can take these buildings down. 11Monkeyz trying for the wraparound, but not quite able to get a clean way in onto the fight. They'll look for Bengen. Now Stoikov coming in to try and finish off the Jakiro, but he cannot do so. He's got to get out of it. Assimilate down towards the bottom. Should give him enough sort of space to be able to TP out. Of course, Mary dead in an instant there after committing him with the ultimate. And Palantimos has been jumped. He's got the BKB able to pop. He's going to try and stand his ground, put the Satanic, get back in on there, but the link's already been broken.
He doesn't have any damage.
Trouble now. They'll turn with the combo. Palantimos surrounded. He's out of the game. 2 minutes, no buyback. And it looks like it will be more of his teammates to follow here. Stoikov has jumped in to try and pick up some kills, but the bash is there from Gorg. He's out as well, no buyback, and that's it. GG. Team Bold, they'll take this game too.
Yeah,